So, I'm Shazzy, and today we're gonna review the Getter Napalm EP. Getter, a dubstep OG, making music for 10 years now, and he's finally back with a new EP. 5 days ago, on the 30th.
So it sounds like this 20th. 20th. Okay?
Getter has released the EP on the 30th of October this year, obviously, including Entombment, Bad Acid, CLOROX, ADHD, Represent, and Hole in the Boat. So let's start. First track, Entombment. Very calm start, but you can hear how the sounds are becoming faster and more corrupted, kind of crackly and distorted. Suddenly, a massive 808 comes out of nowhere, continuing to hit only at every first bar. Later, a fairly generic trap melody comes in. I like the atmosphere in this one. I suppose it's a nice outro, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a full track because it doesn't really have the replay value. Either way, it's a nice outro. I just don't really have a lot to say, so yeah. Oh shit, no. Jesus Christ. Pretty cool. Second track, Bad Acid. The usage of vocal samples is so good in this one. The intro is pretty minimal again, but the samples and crackles keep it from becoming empty and boring. I can't really describe the main sound in the drop. It's like some bass, but really distorted and manipulated, and it's gritty. Let's say it's gritty for sure. Getter's sound design in general is really unique. The bit crushed sub is a nice detail, and the drum choice is spot on. It's kind of weak, but because of that, it hits even harder. I don't know, I like the kind of weak percussion in this. I can see why some people might dislike them in this EP, but I love them. The first drop is really cool. The second drop is a great switch up. The sounds are still familiar, but it's different enough for me to feel that it's a switch up. It's different. It's not the same as the first drop. And the main kind of bass became more prominent. Is it just me, or does the second drop sound like a violin?
Well, let's try a different hypnosis this time.
Second drop. This sounds like a distorted violin. But it fits. All in all, it's a great track, but dude, it's short. All of these tracks are short, really. Especially CLOROX. Again, pretty minimal intro. I guess it's a thing of Getter that he doesn't really flesh out the intros a lot. They still work anyway, so I don't mind it at all, because the atmosphere set in the intro works really well. It's really eerie and mysterious. It fits really well, but I can just hear that the intros didn't have the most work put in them. Drum choice and 808s are good again. For me, this whole track is a bit too simple and too low-key. This track personally feels a bit too rushed and could have been fleshed out way more. For what it is, the length of the track makes it as a whole fairly disappointing. 1 minute 58. I think it's even shorter in the Spotify version. I'm currently listening to this on SoundCloud. I will say, after this re-listen, the 808 is fucking hard. It's really heavy because the 808 isn't really deep. It's on a higher note, and this is why it hits really hard actually. Could have been fleshed out way more. ADHD, sick cowbells. There's also a more fleshed out intro this time, and I love it. Otherwise, there's not much to say in the intro. The drop is probably one of my favorites from this whole EP. Amazing screeches. I love the constant switch between rhythm and trap. I love the constant switch between rhythm beat and trap beat. Everything there just sounds so fresh, metallic, and screechy. And the inclusion of melody in the trap section is fucking sick. The second drop is a bit more sporadic, fast-paced and high-pitched. And damn, it hits so hard. Really good job on this. It's one of my favorites from this EP. Second drop. Oh, so good. I'm sweating. Time to turn the heater off. Represent. This is the track most of us already know, since it's 8 months old already. The kind of old school intro is really dope. The patterns in the first drop are only quarters, but the whoops and the old school vibe really makes up for it. It's simple rhythm, but it's just produced so well, and it has such a good vibe. The sounds are really clean. This is also one of my favorites from the EP. It's just a really incredibly solid track. Yet again, I also have to say that the drum choice is fucking perfect. The second drop sounds similar to the first drop, but it's still a switch up. This time the whoops have a more unique pattern. It's a bit more distorted. It's a great switch up, and I'm really glad this one is a bit longer than the other tracks. All in all, amazing track. Amazing, surprising comeback from Getter. 8 months ago, everyone was going nuts, fucking 1,000 comments. Hole in the Boat. The last one's the odd one out. Hole in the Boat has more similarities with his previous album, which was more focused on his melodic, emotional music. The intro is very beautiful, very calming. The vocals are stunning. I can see why some might dislike them, but for me the deep vocals are really powerful. Every sound in this track is very defined and really detailed. The drop, if you want to call it that, is really mellow, soft, and I can't describe it with any adjectives other than beautiful. The chords, arps, and breaks in the second part are just beautiful, and the repetition of the same verse really give more meaning to the song. The text is very emotional, and I can see that Getter really poured his whole heart into this. It's a great closer to the EP and a great track to listen to if you're feeling melancholic.
Turn into
fucking beautiful. I love this kind of style. It's just so beautiful. You can just feel that Getter poured his whole heart into this. I really appreciate this track, and I really appreciate that he went out of his way to make a melodic track for an EP that is mostly of rather aggressive rhythm. Really good job. All in all, an amazing comeback from Getter. ENTOMBMENT and CLOROX weren't very special and were the only tracks where I didn't really get a lot from. But otherwise, I was not disappointed in the slightest. And the only criticism I can give is maybe flesh out the intros a little more and make your tracks longer. I want to listen to this stuff for longer than 2 minutes because it's mostly really fucking good and fresh. No matter if heavy or melodic, Getter always delivers. Great EP. Hope you like this little kind of short review. If you have any criticism to give to my style of reviewing or criticizing, please let me know in the comments. I'm always up for improvement, and I'd really appreciate it if you tell me in the comments what I can do better. Maybe I was too nice at CLOROX and ENTOMBMENT because I will probably never listen to them. But I was still trying to be polite because these tracks are still good. Let me know. Just let me know. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to. That's about it. See ya.